Welcome back to Health Q&A Monday. I'm Gill Stannard. I'm a naturopath and health and happiness coach, and I am here to answer your health questions. And I've got a great one today from Dee, who writes from New Zealand, that she enjoyed the Autumn Mojo video and it made her realise that every winter she gets depressed. And is there anything she can do now to stop this from happening? So she also noted that since daylight saving has ended, she has been feeling really flat. She wouldn't describe herself as depressed, but she knows what could be coming. Great question, Dee. A little bit of planning might get you through this. So firstly, have you put in place the things we talked about in the Autumn Mojo video? Have you upped your vitamin D levels? Are you getting outside every day and getting some sunshine? Are you moving your body? Those three things are mandatory and you need to put in place now. The vitamin D, I think, is incredibly important too with winter depression. So in New Zealand, you have quite a different schedule for vitamin D prescribing because it's an even more vitamin deficient country than Australia. And I know GPs prescribe some very large amounts, like 30,000 international units as a once a month dose. If your GP hasn't done that, you can still buy 1,000 IU capsules or tablets over the counter. And you might need to take more than 3 to 5 a day if your vitamin D levels have been low in the past, just until daylight savings comes back again. Now, the nature of your depression or your flatness that recurs every year is maybe something to have a little think about now. Is it general flatness, or are there issues that come up time and time again? So basically, is your threshold lowered and you can't tolerate the old stuff anymore? If it's old issues, self-confidence issues, relationship issues, or just your general stuckness, this might be the time to start working with a psychologist through those issues before you feel absolutely swamped by them. If it's general flatness and just a lack of enjoyment of life but without any specific issues through winter, then I would suggest, only if you're on no other prescribed medication, including the pill or Implanon, that you start taking St. John's wort. Now, St. John's wort is the sunshine herb. It is a beautiful burst of sunshine in a plant, and it is ideal for winter depression. If you can only get it over the counter, compare bottles for strengths of active ingredients and get one that's just St. John's wort. Start at the maximum dosage suggested on the bottle and see how you feel after 1 to 2 weeks. If you started to notice yourself feeling a little bit lighter. If you do, continue. If you continue and then you plateau and you start to go down again, maybe you can increase the dose just slightly above the recommended daily allowance for that bottle. Because you're only doing this until the end of winter or till the return of the sunshine. So St. John's wort really is a great herb for winter if you are unable to take it. Another herb that's okay to take with most medications is actually lavender. Now, you might have some lavender growing near you that you could put into a tea to make some lavender tea. It does taste a bit like drinking perfume, so if you can find another herb you don't mind so much to kind of cut through that, roses are really gorgeous to go with lavender. But once again, if you harvest them yourself, you really wouldn't want them to be sprayed. You'd want them to be grown organically. That's great. You might want to start to do some journaling through winter about plans for what you are going to do for next winter as a prevention that you put into place from the end of daylight savings next year. I'd also recommend, if you can afford to plan a midwinter holiday. Having a week, or amazingly 2 weeks, of sunshine, maybe somewhere in the Pacific in the middle of our winter, is a tonic and it is a therapy. It's just a pity we can't get it back on our healthcare funds. But I really think having that, by the time the gloom's hitting in August, will be enough to get you through to spring. And I also recommend maybe thinking of a project for you to work on through winter, whether it's an active project like learning how to tango, or beginning to train for a spring sporting event like a bike ride or a distance run. To have that, particularly in a team situation or a partner situation where you're going to get through and you're working towards something in spring, could be a great project. If you're not a sporty person or you're not a joiner, then maybe it's a knitting, crochet and craft project that you are going to do on the darker nights. But some projects with some goals, and I think goal setting is really important when you're feeling flat. Also too, to make a list of what do I do when I feel really crap. So starting now, when you're not feeling too bad, you're going to write yourself some lists. It might be about people to call, it might be about a happiness playlist, some music to play that always uplifts you, maybe things to do, DVDs to watch, or events to go to. So do your planning now, and let's see how you get through winter this year. And don't forget to get help from a psychologist or a herbalist if you need to. Thanks so much for that question, Dee. I think it's a really great one, and one to preempt before we get to the heart of winter. And if you've got a question, feel free to email me, coaching@gillstannard.com.au. Say hello on Twitter @herbalgill, and pop by the website and explore the resources, or send me a message through the site, gillstannard.com.au. See you soon.